Working on a 2001 Pontiac Aztek base model, and of course, like all Azteks in this era, has a 3.4 or 3400 SFI engine. I'm changing a harmonic balancer, and this video is for to let people know you do not have to drop the engine cradle down on this. As you can see, you have enough clearance to get it out. And the tool I used to get it out was just a cheap tool I bought off of eBay. 46 piece harmonic balancer puller kit. I think the part number was 21420, and it's made by Grip. I think I gave $30 some for it, give or take. And that was what I used to remove it with. And this particular harmonic balancer, I used this, and of course that, and I put this little plug located here in the end of this bolt, because this pushes in. And these 3 bolts, and I put washers on each one, is what I use for this particular harmonic balancer. Now, other applications might have to use different bolts, but for that application on this particular vehicle, those 3 was the ones that screwed into the old harmonic balancer. This harmonic balancer here, I got it on eBay. It was $25.99 shipped to my door. That's the part number to it. If you want to order this one, I got it on eBay, so that's that. And the tool I'm going to use to install it is a J tool, and I bought this also on eBay. It's the actual Kentmore J-29113-1, but if you search J-29113, it'll pop up. I gave $56 or $57 or $58 for this tool. It's a balancer installation, stud assembly, and it came like this, and just a nut. Some come with a washer, but this particular one did not have it. This little end piece right here screws in your crank. And to find the part that I needed to go into the center of this to push it on, since I didn't want to actually use the bolt nut itself, because I just didn't feel comfortable as it could jam sideways. So what I come up with, and this bolt for the harmonic balancer bolt, this washer or whatever, is too small to go around the big part of the shaft here. So I found in my little junk box an axle nut washer and an axle nut. So, and as you can see, it fits perfectly in there. I mean, perfectly flat. Couldn't get a better fit. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put that against there, lay this up here, probably just stick the flat with the oval side inward, and this right here will go perfectly in there, and screw this nut, hold this in here, and it'll push it on there good and straight. At least that's the plan. So if you want this tool is professional tools, Kentmore. Their brands are absolutely awesome. As anybody knows Kentmore tools, they're a little expensive, but I wanted something that will not stretch out, not break the end piece. This, on cheaper tools, this part here, I've heard of stories where that part will actually stretch and break off into the threaded part of the crank, which will not be good, because that means you'll have to somehow remove it, drilling it out, and potentially messing the crank threads up. And if you do that, well, that will not be good, because then this bolt here won't screw back into your crank. So obviously you don't want to do that. Now some people do use the bolt to install the harmonic balancer, and that seems to work for them, but I'm not a fan of that because it's not recommended. You could also potentially stretch this. You can actually destroy the threads on it, or worst case scenario, destroy the threads inside the crankshaft itself, which would require you to replace the crank. And well, to me, that would just not be a good idea or a good thing to try. But if that's what you want to do, go ahead, but not me personally. I'd rather spend the extra money to buy a tool that would actually do it the professional way. So what I'm going to do with this is take anti-seize and go on the inside of this part here, and in the threaded keyway channel, you fill it up with some RTV sealant, black, the black sealant. What I'm using is a little expensive. It's like $18 a tube, and it comes in like you know, your hair mousse kind. You just push this down, it comes out. The brand of this is VersaChem Alera OEM black silicone SensorSafe 273. It's got a work time of I think 10 minutes, give or take. But I bought this at Napa. It was like $18. I used it to put on the lower intake gasket on this, because on the side of the engine you got to make a little stream, a bead, whatever, and it worked good so far. It hasn't failed yet. But that concludes this video. I can't film me actually installing it, but once I get installed, I'll continue this video. Okay, the crank is on, or the harmonic balancer. So as I said before, it can be done without dropping the cradle. I think the torque spec on this is 54 foot-pounds on this particular model, the 2001 Pontiac Aztek. Your vehicle may be different, so always check the service manual to make sure, because some of them are 70-some foot-pounds plus 70 degrees or whatever. So just check your service manual, because you don't want to mess nothing up. I'm going to fire this thing up, and after I get this bolt tightened down, and call it a day. Like and subscribe. Thanks.